So, for this session, you mentioned that you want to talk about hygiene and food. We talked about that a lot in Bay Area. Are you still kind of wanting to focus on some of that, or just or just any topics to build their skill?
Yeah, a little bit on hygiene and food. She's wasting a lot of food, playing with the food.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still with that. Okay. So some sensory stuff.
So yeah.
Okay.
So she should understand that it's not a sensory stuff, but like she's like playing with. So when we go out to the restaurants, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That time it's a mess actually. Yeah.
Got it.
So that's right. Calm
lots of fun
calm down, please.
Let me put these movies away from you.
Sensory. Shreya, sit there.
There's a lot of fun
Shreya,
stuff.
sit, please.
Let me grab you something.
Yeah.
Let me grab you something else. Don't
Sit.
One second.
Sit. Be good girl. Calm
Perfect.
down.
Okay, I'm gonna put this back here to help resist that urge and give you this. Why don't you hold on to that?
Yeah. Sit down.
See
Sit
there?
down. Sit down, please.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
You go there. We're in good shape now.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
So let's talk about this. So we have different things.
No
We call
Shreya. No
this-
Shreya. No
and-
Shreya. Nothing from
There
there.
we go. Okay. We'll clean that later. There. Too many good things in here. huh?
Sit.
Here, can I help you?
Sit,
Let me
sit,
pull-
sit,
let me
sit.
pull this right here. Put this,
That's
put this
it.
foot over here.
Sit nicely. Sit nicely. No resist,
Yes,
baby.
okay.
See.
I'm gonna help
See.
pull the.
You will get
Shreya,
the sensory later.
Sit.
Sit.
Yeah, here. Pull like
Sit
this.
nicely.
You put this foot over here. So I'll help you. Watch. Like that. Then you pull this. You can pull that right
Good girl. Good girl.
there. Okay. You can extra your feet if you like to.
Shreya,
There.
sit.
Okay.
Sit.
Now, why don't you tell me what you're wanting?
Sit there.
Just to help it become rational.
I.
I. Good. What? W. Next. A.
Maybe water.
Oops, that's a N. Okay, well, on it. T. I want. T or S? S. And M. Then E. Then L. And L. And S. I want smells. I. N. M. Y. N. O. S. And then finishing out E. I want smells in my nose. And this is actually the perfect intro to our lesson. Because this is exactly what's happening at the restaurant. Same kind of thing, right? That you have this urge for something that you really want. And that's fair. There's nothing wrong with wanting to touch something that's texture is good or wanting a good smell in your nose, those kind of things. And so I do have some hand sanitizer that is like this lavender spray. I can throw on your hands in a bit. I'd be happy to. So you can get some good smells in your nose, and that's something you like. So if you like that, and I like this, I'll grab this for you. Go ahead and open your hand. There you go. Smell it. Want to rub your hands together? You can kind of smell it. If you'd like to. That gives you some.
Smell it?
Smell.
Want to smell? There. Okay. Maybe not quite the one you wanted. So what you have is this urge. Then what happens after you have the urge? You have this urge. Oh, I gotta go do that. I. G. Then O. T. O. I. T. I go to it. Exactly. Then, what do your parents do when you have the urge and you start going to it? Or your teacher or whatever. M. Okay? A, and then K, and E, M, then E, then S, and T, next O, and P. Make me stop, okay? And is there more to that statement? No. And why are they trying to make you stop? When you're like, that sounds good, I want to do this. Smells good, feels good, that kind of thing. Why are they trying to make you stop? S, and then A, good, F, and then E, T, safety, I, C, fix that, C, B, E, R, and safety in numbers. So safety in numbers means there are more of us, then we're going to be safer. Okay, so they're going to be more successful if there's more than one of them, right? In helping you stop instead of just one. Okay, but how about for you? So like say you're going towards those wipes. Why are they telling you don't go to grab those wipes? You're like, I gotta get it, and they're telling you don't get them. What are reasons why they're saying that? Do you know, I guess? Yes, okay, so go ahead and tell me those reasons. One of them would be S, O, I, then A, then M, N, O, T, R, then U, D, and E. So I'm not rude, okay. So they're trying to reinforce this idea of respect of someone else's property, in this case, but also safety. It is a chemical. So having a bunch of those chemicals on you isn't good. So in different cases, it can be different things. So one could be so you're not rude. Say it's a restaurant. So it could be your own food, so not being rude by making a mess, but also other people's stuff, right? People that cost money. Someone could be upset. Exactly. Do you think it's important to be polite? Y, reach up high, E, and S. So you actually agree with your parents, but there's still that urge. Is that true? Y, reach out, E, and fix that. S. Okay. So you agree with your parents, but you still have the urge, and the urge is real. And it's not necessarily a wrong urge to have, it's just the time and the place, right? Of when you can smell and what you should smell. And that's what we're dealing with. So why is this happening? Exactly why you like certain smells or why you like the texture of playing with food, I can't say specifically why your mind is that way. But what it is, when you go reaching for those things when you know you shouldn't, is an impulse. Right? You're doing it without thinking. It's just like, okay, I'm going to go grab that. So even in the back of your head, you're kind of going, I shouldn't do that. That urge is so strong, it's just happening before you think. Okay, so an impulse happens before you. Fix that. T, reach up. H, I, N, energy. Go across. K. Did you want to say something? You started whining there. I, T, H, I, N, K. I, N, E, then E, D, I need, I, T S O. I need it, so I G R A B. So I grab I and T. I need it, so I grab it. All right, so beyond impulse, then this indicates an obsession, OBSESSION, or maybe specifically an OCD. OCD is really obsessive compulsive disorder, which we don't diagnose you with, but it's like an obsession and a compulsion to grab it. And so it's a little bit different because it seems and feels reasonable, hence the word need. Does that describe you? Seems and feels reasonable, what you're wanting? Yes, exactly. So let's spell the word obsession. O, top row. B, then reach out. E, okay, S-E. S, then fix it. I, then O, and N. Good, obsession. So this obsession is also a real thing. It's a different pathway. So impulsive pathway skips reasoning in the brain. REASONING. An impulsive pathway doesn't skip reasoning, so to speak, but it goes into the cortex where you reason, and it makes something that's actually not necessarily needed feel urgent. Urgent. I have to have that. It has to happen. I need this. This is what I have to have. There's no way of stopping it, kind of thing like that. Right? Does it feel logical and necessary? Y, reach out high. E and S, exactly. So this then is an obsession. It's a different pathway, and the reason why it keeps coming and coming is it's a loop. It literally happens again and again and again and again and again and again, this obsession. So they can be connected. You're not really thinking about through your choices, and then you have this major urge that feels so necessary. Okay? These aren't your fault. It's just how your brain's working. Okay? So, other comments or questions? N, O, B, A, T, I, O, N, and G as eating with an O in it. I, S, T, O, and O. L, okay, oops, H, okay, which one do you want? It's 2, F next, P, U, then N. Pun or fun? Fun. Eating is too fun. T, O, U, S, then E. W, U, T, let's see, W, U, T, which ones do you want of those? The first letter is U, okay? T, E, N, S, I, L, S. Eating is too fun to use utensils. Not going to say you're wrong.
That is another complaint, like, okay, she don't use the spoon, fork or anything. She just wants to
fill it.
her two hands.
Two hands.
Yeah.
Two hands will go at it, right? Okay, so this is like your fun and your games. You like to eat, and that makes it pleasurable to have your hands going. Is that correct? It's like, this is pleasurable. This is how I want to do it. Y, reach up high, E, and S. And so eating with your two hands is more important to you than how it looks to everybody else. Is that true? And the mess it makes? Y, then E, and S. So then, of course, it's hard to stop. Because you're going, this is my joy. All right. Well, we did kind of talk about a little bit, a couple sessions back in Pleasanton about this, didn't we? So it may be figuring out when is that okay. So is there a time that you can eat with both hands and enjoy that, and when there's a time that you need to keep it really clean. So that might be something you have to look at. But when you figure that out, then you have to decide to use this. So would a restaurant be an appropriate spot to, I guess, have that much fun? and no. Okay. So that will be probably a place that you have to contain that. Sometimes what you can do is get the finger foods that are cleaner, and then you could enjoy it without making a big mess. But sometimes what's available is not going to be that, and so you've got to work on holding the utensil and just working on that regulation. Yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense. So you have to kind of work on that, getting used to stopping yourself and then eating. And so what may help you, because this is different pathways that are triggering these things, it's not always reasoned out, is that you do some practice at home. I guess we could try it here if we had food that you liked. We could try it. You practice that restraint so that you can go to restaurants. You could do it like at a mealtime or outside of a mealtime, just kind of working on eating food really clean with utensils. And say, okay, for restaurants, I'm going to eat clean and work on that. And then in general, you probably want to look at your future habits that develop and how you want to go about things. So for example, some of your interaction with friends. Some of your friends will probably be with you. They'd be like, huh, yeah, totally, let's do hands. Hands, not this. Or I
sit.
see this.
Sit there.
You wanting that smell again? Can you hop in your chair? See, that's the urge again.
Sit.
There you go.
See, you need to regulate. Sit.
Perfect. Okay, so you have this urge, all of a sudden that urge is I have to have that marker and sniff it. Is that correct? That urge is there? Y, then, up top. E and S. Yeah, that urge is happening there. So we need to actually work directly on this. It's actually perfect. Instead of being food, we can work on that marker thing. So what I'm going to do actually is take a marker and put it near you. We're going to work on this during the session. So how it's going to work is I'm not going to have you smell it. I will let you smell this because this goes on your hands, and so it's appropriate to smell this.
Smell.
You smell that? It's not as strong as this. This right here actually is a safety issue too. They may have made them safer now because it says, that's why it says low odor. They used to be very, very strong. Because kids would sniff them and get a high, and it could actually cause them to have
She actually licks that tip as well, that color.
Oh, the color? Okay.
Yeah, that's why like I'm buying the marker, but within a week she will
use them up.
Yeah, she will use it all.
Got it. Okay. So you can color with these things. I'm going to put this right here, and this is our resistance. Our resistance right here. Okay. We're going to work on that being right there, tempting you, and you're going, nope, not doing it. So these urges happen, and again, it's not wrong that you want to smell the marker. It's not wrong that you want to enjoy eating your food. It's not wrong that you like these different things. It's just the time and place, right? So the thing we have to look about is the right, T, next I, M, then E, time and good. Now you P, then L, then A, and C, then E. Time and place. Okay, you're feeling frustrated. I can tell those are that mode. Do you want to articulate something else? I, E, A, Y. Is that T? I, N, H next. A, P, P. Is that I, N, E, then T, fix T, S. Fix that. T, 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 S. I eat in happiness. I, D, O, N, T. I don't. W next. A, N, O, T, T as don't want to with an extra O in it. I don't want to. S, Y, T, O, and T. I don't want to stop. Okay, that's actually an important thing to note. That you don't want to stop, that the fun of it is so much more fun than the consequences of people being upset or being rude or something. So, a couple of things that you need to do. What you're probably going to have to do is discuss with your parents some compromises and then work on regulating, because your parents have a valid point, but you too, if you're enjoying that thing too. It's just that you have to be polite and respectful of those things as well. So what I'm going to have you do is something called a persuasive essay. Okay? Persuasive essay. Where, as part of your work on having a discussion with your parents, is you're going to tell them, you're going to try and persuade them to your point of view. It might not work, but at least gives them more of an idea of your thoughts. And then you have a good way to discuss it so that you can make compromises. And then your parents can say, okay, it can't happen here, but it can happen here, or something. And that way, because some of these things, like for instance, I don't have an urge to grab food with my hands and eat it. I have no urge. I don't have any urge to go smell the marker at all. I understand your urge for in other contexts to a degree, as well as when I was a little girl, I remember being in the bathtub, my little sister's shoulder was there, I just had this urge to bite it, so I went and bit it. I got in trouble. But I-D-O-N-T W with your eyes. G-A-N-T. I don't want. Y-T. Oh, do you want Y-O or T-O? T-O. B-E. R then. U and D and E. I don't want to be rude. I believe you. I-O-A. I catch that. I-O then N. L-Y. I only. L-O. V then E. F next. O and O. D food. S O. M then U. C and H. I only love food so much. T next. H A S T as that with an S in it. I C A N T S T O and L P. I can't stop at the line. That I can't stop. M and Y. S then E then L and F. That I can't stop myself. Right. And that's what this obsession is it's such a powerful urge is hard. So like I have a friend who has an actual diagnosis of OCD. I guess, see right there? Yeah, stop the urge there. But you can't have this. Very clean. It's lavender hand sanitizer. Okay, so I get that. So you're having this high level obsession. My friend has a compulsion and an obsession with washing her hands and keeping clean. So it's a little different. Hers isn't like this love and joy of it. It's this fear and other things that are happening for her. Like leaving that there, leaving it there.
Stay, calm down.
Yeah,
Regulate.
it's okay. It's
regulate,
good.
Regulate.
This is what we're working on it right there in front of us.
Yeah.
Hey, I can handle this. It's sitting there. It's calling my name. Having this urge to grab it. I love the smell of it. Now you're reasoning.
Yes.
I'm not gonna let it do it. So that's what we're practicing this. So we can kind of practice resisting this urge, because you don't want to be rude. One, you're enjoying it. Then two, you're having that urge that's so strong, it's hard to reason first. That's why you're pushing me out of the way to get the smell, because the urge is so powerful. So I can see that. So So it's not about you trying to be a rude human. You're not a rude human by nature. It's an actual.
Shreya.
You got
Regulate.
it.
Shreya. Control.
You got it. You got it. See? You pulled yourself back. That was good. So that regulation, it can come with time. It's not like it can never happen. It's just, it's going to take time. It's okay. It takes effort. So we're talking about it right now to help the reasoning come in place, to help you slow down the urge and be able to respond to the word stop faster, or eventually not even do it. So we're doing this. So the talking about it can help you with that, unless we think about it too much. But that's good. So you're just going to work on the urge until you can maintain it to its time and place. Okay? So, do you want to persuade your parents to your thinking? Or do you want to first, as your first step, because it's just one of the things we can do, or do you want to work on thinking about where you can do it and how you're going to stop yourself? So first thing, persuasion first.
Shreya.
Okay.
That was bad.
Okay, the urge takes over. It's okay. Want to grab the marker lid? I think the marker lid's back there. Is it there? Okay. Then we're just gonna keep working on it. It's okay.
Yeah, give that marker.
Sometimes the urge
hand it over to her.
overcomes it. Do you have it in your hand, or is it not? Is not there? I didn't see it, so I don't know if it knocked to the ground or something else.
Where is the lid? Can you find Shreya? Where is the lid of that marker?
It is not there in her hand.
It's not in your hand.
No,
No, it is not there.
Okay. Yeah, I think it might got lost. That's okay.
So it's, can you look at the side?
Let's see if we can look at the side of our. Oh, there's that behind you.
Yes.
All right. So that's okay.
Regulate.
Part of the regulation is just working because this urge is real. It's not a behavior that you have this urge. It's a real urge. It's just that you're working through it. So now we're going to take this off, retape to the table. We're going to work on the urge again because it's a challenge, huh? Unless I'm going to do it one more time, let you work on the urge, and then we can put it aside and not tempt you, because that's also part of it. Because sometimes
Shreya,
telling yourself
you have to
no
regulate, okay?
is hard. Yeah, you're gonna get it. You're doing great. Look how long you did resist it. That was good. Resisted it for quite some time. Now you can resist it some more. Okay, so do you want to start on the persuasion part or the thinking how to help yourself? Help yourself. Okay, great. All right, because you already kind of know you have this urge. Now let's see what we can do. So here are some steps that you can do because you have to practice. PRACTICNE. Okay, you have to practice the control in different ways.
Shreya.
You ready?
Shreya.
Okay, go ahead and sit back there.
Excuse your hands. Yeah.
Perfect, good. Okay, now I'm going to give you a break from that. So there we go. So I'm going to put this back into the little container over there, and then a little bit later on, we'll try it again. You're going to have to sit there trying so hard since you're going to have a hard time getting out of this desk area. Okay. So good work. That was good. Do you have any comments or questions on that practice that we just did? Go ahead. And no. Okay. So you can do things like that with food, where you work on having the food there and then putting it in correctly. So practice with food, doing it right, and smells or whatever else you need to practice with. That's one of the things you're going to do. Just practice the resistance of it. Okay? The important thing, though, is that you replace. Replace action or behavior. It won't necessarily make the urge go away, but it gives you something else to do with your hands. So you want to find something to do what? R up top, E, reach over, find it, P, L up top, A, C, and E. Yeah, you want to see if you could replace these actions with different PURPOSEFUL, purposeful actions. So you want to replace with different, what kind of actions? P, U, R, P, next, O, one letter off, S up top, E, reach across, F, then U, and L, yeah. So you're going to replace with different purposeful actions that you can do instead of them. So in purposeful means INTENTIONAL, intentional actions that you can do with your hands. So you have that grabbing, so it can be the outside, just on your own, that you learn different skills. So it could be just new things to do with your hands, so new activities. So some of my students worked on making these little hat looms where they wind the yarn around the loom and then they have to work with it that way. Some of my students worked with, I guess a few of them could crochet, that was kind of hard. Others work with more on drawing with intention. Or it could be sewing. So some things could be like, I might have one down here to do. No, that's gonna be that jar. It's gonna be in this room. So the sewing, different tools you can use on that. Like this. You maybe already do it, but just working with your hand doing something different. So hold on to it like this. Then you take this right here, and you poke it through right here. Then hold next to it, one like that. Okay, you poke it in, then go like that, feed it through, and then you're going to go like this, keep on holding it, come back to the other side. You feel it? And pull it. Excellent, okay? Then you're going to go from the inside there and see if you can string it through there. Very good. You're doing it, that looks good. There we go. Okay, you have it that way. Okay, now you're going to have your hand let go of it, come around. Oops, that was already in, and pull it out. Okay, great. Then go down, right over here. So it's just getting your hands used to other things that you can do. Okay, now come around to the other side and grab it up. Pull. It's okay. Pull. It's okay. You got it.
Pull down.
Pull. Pull it like this. Pull it through. Keep grabbing. Excellent. Okay, then take this and go up through that hole right there. Perfect. Okay, then hold it in such a way. Good. Okay, then you can release it. Release your hand, and then grab it. You can also tilt it like that so that it won't fall out. Okay, you can go that too in the trained hands if you want to. Keep pulling it. Oops, okay. Pull all the way through until you feel it's tight. See how that's like that? So you can check it and then go, okay, keep pulling. There we go. Okay, now, doing it left-handed, work on that right there. So I'm just giving you an example, some things that you can work on. You've done some of this stuff before. Just intentionally working with your hands in different ways so that it's okay, pull right here all the way through before you go with that one. Okay, pull all the way through. There you go. Okay, so you kind of got the idea. Just trying different tasks like this can give your hands new things to do. And sometimes you could do this instead. So you could actually have food there. Be working on this as you start to enjoy it. Stopping, grab the utensil and put it in your mouth. But sometimes it's just to give your hands more control. So outside of eating, you just work on getting more control over your hands. Okay, do you have any questions or comments on that? And no. Okay. So just try and find new activities, and then when you learn them, you can start saying, oh, I enjoy this. It won't be obsessive necessarily, but just something you can enjoy, and then you get more control of yourself. Okay? So the more you control your hand with different activities, the more control in general. So by learning skills, you get more what? C, then O, N, then T, then went over R, then O over to it, L, exactly. You can get more control. Now here's another weird thing. There's something strange. You may need to actually practice of sessions with intention. So that's kind of a weird thing to do, but it actually helps you be able to get control of yourself if you, on command from your parent, for instance, you have a marker laying there, you've allowed to lay. Then your parent says, grab the marker and smell it. Then you do it, then you say stop, and then you put it down. So being able to respond and actually choose to do it without it just being an urge, but just being told, can be a really good thing. Where your parents say, okay, play with your food. Okay, now pause. That kind of thing. Or say it to yourself. Command yourself too. H, A, H, A, N, O, then W, then A, and haha, no way, you don't think it's going to work? Haha. No way.
Mom is not gonna
That's funny. Here's the thing, this is why. A lot of times those urges that you have where you can't stop yourself are not in your controlled pathways. They're a little bit different potentially for you, so what we'd have to check and see is if you can do something with control.
Shreya, sit back. Sit back, no pushing.
So it's not necessarily
Sit,
Go
calm
back.
down.
If-
Regulate. No. Sit. No pushing.
Back.
Sit there.
Okay.
Sit.
So
Sit. No,
as
no,
you think
no.
about it,
Sit. Can you please sit, Shreya?
You got
Can
it.
you please sit? Sit there.
You got it there.
Sit.
Sit there. Sit
Few more
there.
minutes only. Few more minutes, then you get a break.
okay.
Excuse your
Sit.
hands. What happened?
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. No
Here,
problem.
Now you cannot do like that. You
No,
cannot do
you
like
cannot do
that.
that. You
Now
cannot
you
do
can, now
that.
you can write down. Write down.
You
what
can
you-
write down and you can write
Yeah.
down. Let's see.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I, A, M, H, A, then V, I, N, G, having, A, N, and U, R, and G, then E. That's good. You're recognizing that. I am having an urge. Yes, you are. I am having an urge.
To do what?
T, O, G, E, T, T, H, E, M, A, R, K, please fix that, E, and to get the marker. Fair enough. To get the marker. I, C, A, N, T, N, S, T, O, and P. I can't stop. O, N, M, Y, O, W, N. I can't stop on my own. Okay, so we have to find the replacement words in your head. It's called self-command. Anything else on that? N and O, no. Okay, see if you can get yourself to go back into your chair. Because the urge is there, but you kind of let it pass enough that you've kind of, okay, now I'm just in standing position to get it. Okay, see if you can get yourself to bend your legs and sit down. So why don't you tell yourself what to do? This is a self-command. Tell yourself what to do. You can start by your name. S-R-E, Y, and reach up high. A, so you're going to tell yourself by name. That can help you, even though you can say something else, it's nice to hear your name. Shreya, G, E, T, I, N, Y, O, and U, R, your, S, then E, next A and T, seat, good, P, L, E, then A and S, then E, we'll do S please. Shreya, get in your seat, please. Okay, now as you're writing that, you're kind of distracting yourself because you have a command for every letter. So go ahead and let's read it. Okay, so you can follow that. To see how that's hard, you know what you need to do. You told yourself this, so now we're trying to make sitting down purposeful. And right now it's not, that's why you're still standing, right? So now see, I can help you. Let's see if you can get it on your own that you told yourself. Shreya, sit in your seat, please. Now, what do you need to do first to get yourself there? See, B, E, N, T, bent, L, E, and G, then S. Bent legs. Okay, so you could say to yourself, bend your legs. Okay, so I'm going to give you, there we go. Great. See, now it happened. Well done.
Well done,
So,
Shreya. Well done.
yeah, it takes a little bit of time to do this purposeful, so that's why you have to practice. So if you practice actually grabbing the marker when you're not having an urge,
Shreya,
grabbing
Don't do.
urge,
Shreya,
then that will actually help you
calm down.
be able to get
calm
control.
down, Calm down.
H, then A, D, H, and A, haha. F, then you, fix that. Go back to you. You, and, fix that. And, that ha-ha funny, is that what you wanted? Yes or no, I didn't mean that. Yes, because you have O's in there. Ha-ha funny. I know, it sounds funny, doesn't it? But see how long it took you to sit down? It took you a while to get your body to suddenly register how to get yourself there. And that's why we practice this. Because
So I am now hitting
the
okay,
more,
so sorry to that.
it's not just practicing grabbing the markers and stuff, it's also just practicing a lot of this. So you might say to yourself, Shreya, grab the phone. Shreya, tap your head 3 times. So you're going to practice things with your mom and dad, self-commands, where you tell yourself to do something. Now what we have to do sometimes is something called motor model. So if you spelled out, Shreya, tap your head, then we would have to, 3 times, we have to practice this. 1, 2, 3, and then you do it by yourself. And being able to stop at 3 is an important part of the self-command. So you don't keep tapping or only tap once. Being able to control it. So motor models help you learn how to feel your body so that you can stop yourself better. And that's why. So you're not going to practice constantly grabbing markers or whatever. It's more that you're practicing a lot of different skills where you start controlling your body more and more by telling yourself to do, getting motor models, and then eventually doing them all by yourself. And then you can start replacing those urges. So you have the urge, and you can say, Shreya, put your hand down. Oh, now my hand's down. Shreya, grab the spoon. So then you're commanding yourself to do the unpreferred and you get more and more control. It takes time, but I've seen it work. I've seen it work. N-I-C-E, yeah, because reasoning is only one of the half the battle. So when you're with your parents, that's what you're going to do. So practice self-commands, where you spell out something, any activity, your parents' motor model, then you do it. 2, you can work on the reasoning, which is part of the self-command thing. So you just reason through it, talk about it, but not so much that you're feeling like you're over focusing, so you start doing it more. And the 3rd is actually practice resisting. Here and there, too much of it won't help you. Resisting. And 4 would be replacement behaviors. I'm not putting them in the order for replacement actions, and these 2 actually go together, connect, because you're learning replacement actions, new activities with your hands. And this is going to take some time to develop, but it will help you work through these things because you already understand why you shouldn't do things. You're understanding it's just now this action of practice. So with these next sessions, we can do more on working on self-commands. We can work on you doing things to work on hygiene and those things if you'd like to. Would you want to work on your hygiene as well? This is how you can wash yourself, etc. Why? Where it's appropriate in the office. Okay? Yes or no? Why? The I, E, and S. Yeah. So we can work on some self-commands and all these things with different activities because they're all connect. Having better hygiene, being able to self-help, clean yourself by, even though you understand why, will help you with this too. Okay, any more questions for me? And no? All right, perfect. Do you guys have any questions for me? Okay. Because one is the logic, which she seems to have. She understands why she should do things.
She understands, but she's not able to implement
yes.
it. That's the problem.
And so we have to help her with these different things.
Yeah.
So these sessions I can practice some of the time, working on her controlling that, learning new skill with her
She
hands.
understands that she's not supposed to do, but many of the things that she's unable to
Stop herself.
stop herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So at school also, like food, market, all these are triggers for her.
Yes, exactly.
So they are trying to resist, and always it's a happening with like the resisting with you.
Yeah.
It's happening on and off. It's every day. Mm-hmm. So they consider her as like a problematic kid in class actually.
Yeah.
But she has a lot of potential to learn. But these things are like it's a
yeah,
blocker.
they're not necessarily understanding that it is that it isn't really behavior. It's a true urge. It's just that it's so powerful that she's not that the correct behavior is not happening because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
So we can help by doing these things, but there may be some things. Let's just see where she gets with this through these sessions. But there might be some things the school can help her with to help work the self-commands.
Yeah.
Because if they can work on that, it takes time because the urges are so strong. But it is something that I
So we will practice, Raya. Okay, mommy understood.
Okay, see if you can walk to the door without touching the marker. Think you can do it? I think you can too. Okay.
Do we have another session at 12:15?
Yes.